everyone, my name is Demetra K of the Demetra K Show here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel. If you could do me a favor and subscribe to both channels if you haven't already, that would be awesome. So let's get right into it. It was discovered just the other day that there's a church in Murdock, Minnesota. It's a farming town of about 300 people. 300 people. They want to form an all-white church. They want to form an all-white church there in Minnesota, and it's called True Folk Assembly, to where you have to be of European blood descent to actually be able to go to the church. They're saying that their gods are white and their gods are actually their ancestors, and so you have to be able to relate to those gods in order to attend a church. Now, they're being accused of actually being a white supremacist group. It's based out of California somewhere, but they've been able to set up shop there in Minnesota. They've been accused of that by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They're saying, they're lying. They're not really a religious group. They're really that of white supremacy or hate. They do not want blacks, Latinos, Indians, or anyone else who is not directly of European descent, okay? And so the city council there in Murdock, Minnesota, the farming town of 300 rather, people have actually granted them a temporary permit to operate out of a church that they've acquired. Now, the decision was 3-1, but they said, we don't agree with this decision, but legally our hands are tied. There's nothing we really can do. And so we have to allow them to operate in that space. Okay, now the other part is, there's been a petition of about 50,000 people. Now, remember, the town is only about 300 people. But 50,000 people have signed a petition in protest saying they shouldn't be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be allowed to operate their all-white church. It's racist and this, that, and the other. Most of the people in the town have said, they don't want them to operate out of racism. Racism is not welcome in their town. But all True or whatever it's called, Folk Assembly says otherwise. We've been given the permit and we should be able to operate. Okay, so let's really get down to business, right? You know what I want to know? Who cares? Who cares that white people want to operate in all-white church? Who cares? And you know what's going to be really, really discouraging? What's really going to be discouraging is if some of those 50,000 signatures belong to black people. Haven't we learned from the past being like the civil rights movement, when we obviously weren't there, but some of us who are watching this were there, marched and protest because we wanted to integrate with white people. We wanted to sit with them. We wanted to eat with them. As my friend says all the time, we wanted to eat seasonless soup at their diners and move next door to them and all of that. And look where we are now. Look where we are. We are no better than we were in the 60s. We have not moved the ball ever since because we wanted to move away from our thing, our communities and everything we were doing to be with white people who did not want to be with us. And so when I read the story at first, I was like, okay, all white church, whatever. Like, do you really, have you ever been to an all-white church? I've been to an all-white church, and let's just say the choir, they're lacking some Lowrys. You know what I mean? It's like, it's dry. It's dry, and it's so uneventful. So like, why would you want to sign a petition to go there? So what, they have an all-white church. We need to be thinking about having our own all black, whatever it is we want to have. We continuously get caught up in everybody else's business. It should not be our business that they want an all white church. Now I get it if they start doing stuff like burning crosses and run around in white robes and call them choir robes or whatever. Okay, maybe we should be concerned. But I'm not really for sure even how many black people actually live in Murdock, Minnesota. It is said, though, that it's starting to get a largely Hispanic population. It said the population, and remember, is about 300 people, and 20% of that is actually Latino. And so, I guess they're trying to discourage them from going to church with them. But to me, I just laugh. It's like, who really, I think you guys are getting high on your own supply there at True folk assembly, because not too many people really like going to white churches like that. Like I said, it's bland, it's dry. I mean, I don't even know how much fun Jesus is having in the church. It's so boring. But I'm like, do you, and do it to the best of your ability. And they also said too, we're not concerned with being saved per se, or that kind of stuff. We are just trying to congregate amongst each other and worship our ancestors. And so I'm like, have at it. But please, don't get involved in signing that petition. That is not our business. That is not our fight. Who cares? And, the other thing is, at least you know where they are. Or, the white supremacists are for, white people's church. They get out pretty early. So, I don't know, for 30, 45 minutes. They don't carry on for 13 hours a Sunday like our churches do. But at least you know where they are for that amount of time on Sundays. And so let them do their thing, Let the colonizers congregate at their own church. Big deal, whoop-de-doo. We got bigger fish to fry in our own community, right? Other than trying to sign petitions and get the white people to let us in, let us in the church. We want to, stop it, okay? So please, I'm just asking you, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm asking you, please don't get involved in that. Let the white people go do what white people do, because, if they would have had that same attitude when it came to us, when we were minding our business there in Africa, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? So please, let's not, mingle with, the Mzungus. Let them do their thing, and we're going to do our thing. And we also know what happened the last time we got involved in some white people's churches. All right. And so for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, the Demetra K channel, here on YouTube. Peace.